Happy Monstering! And welcome to a very special edition of My Singing Monsters Live. This ain't no regular episode. This is our Season of Love yearly broadcast. We are your hosts, Monster Handler Matt.
Monster Handler Eric.
Eric.
I love this setup.
You're back.
Yes.
You're back so soon. And look, even the My Singing Monsters Live set has been festooned with what? Rose petals, heart-shaped balloons. We're definitely ready to celebrate Season of Love here in the studio. But of course, today marks the beginning of the Season of Love seasonal event in My Singing Monsters. We got lots of exciting things to discuss. But before we launch into that, we want to let you know about the thing that we do every time we do My Singing Monsters Live, be it an episode or otherwise. Like today, a special stream. It's giveaways. It's giveaways. And how giveaways work here on My Singing Monsters Live is if you're fortunate enough to be joining us live, watching and in the chat, you need only put !giveaway into the chat and you will automatically be entered to win today's prize.
Ooh.
Very exciting stuff. Eric, I see that you're sporting some plumage today. Could that be some Giga Cheap down, perhaps?
Giga Cheap?
Giga Cheap?
Yes,
no,
that's right. That's exactly right.
It's Giga pricing.
Yeah.
That's a whole other thing. And I, of course, have my Air Colossal glasses. But you know what? I'm just stalling because we got to get to the good stuff. I'm going to tell you all about what's happening in Season of Love this year. Sydney, Monster Handler Sydney, could you please cue up the graphic, please? And thank you. So, the Season of Love seasonal event heralds the return of the beloved Schmoochel seasonal monster, which is available to buy or breed for a limited time on a beautifully redecorated Air Island. It gets a makeover.
I love those.
Just in time for the Season of Love. Adjacent to the Schmoochel's re-release are, of course, some seasonal decorations. We've got some beautifully animated seasonal decorations on theme for the Season of Love, and some Air Island obstacle decorations done up in their Season of Love, locked in their seasonal appearance, which are available on Air Island, and those other animated decorations available on all islands where decorations can be purchased.
I have a question.
Yes, Monster Handler Eric.
If I buy these animated seasonal decorations, does that mean they disappear when the season is over?
I am so pleased to inform you that no, they stick around. Once you buy them during their limited window availability, you own them forever. You can store them in your storage structure. If you sell them, they're gone, but they're yours if you want to keep them around.
Hooray!
Another exciting thing, of course, that's happening with our brand new update that happened just today is the brand new skin for Air Island. The Giga Cheap Nest, another titan discovered in the vast flora and fauna of the monster world, and this one's a bigot.
Maybe my favorite so far.
Really?
Yes, I'm gonna.
It is a beautiful looking skin, and you of course can access that by going to the island section of the market and tapping on the skin tab associated with Air Island, or you can get to it directly from the info screen on your Air Island. You need, of course, Air Island in your possession in order to take advantage of this beautiful Giga Cheap Nest skin. And as was the case before, you have two purchase options for the island skin. You can opt to spend diamonds, or for a special bundle, you can get the island skin, and in that pack you also get 100 diamonds. Good gig. Another exciting thing that came out in version 2.37 today are the Dipsters have arrived on Fire Oasis.
Hooray!
You may recall that we were being very cheeky last episode of My Singing Monsters Live, featuring a composer piece that was speculative about Dipsters on Fire Oasis. Well, here they are. They arrived.
Foresight there.
Yes, the very exciting stuff, and something new that we're premiering this year as part of our Season of Love celebration is a brand new promotion called Birds of a Further. Birds of a Further flock together. And what's cool about this promotion is that every day leading up to a big day in the monster, rather in the human world where love is celebrated, leading right up to that day, a different pair of rare and epic monsters are going to be available to buy or breed. But these pairings are not haphazard. They're not random in any way, Monster Handler Eric. There's something special, something unique, something that these two monsters have in common.
Well, what is it?
Well, that's just it. we're putting the challenge out to the community to try and identify what is special, what combines these two monsters together. What traits, what about them do they have in common? It's not always going to be physical appearance. You may have to go digging through their bios. Ooh. You may have to go digging through previously released material, but the clues are out there. Some are a little easier than others. Today's first pair for Birds of a Further are the Rare Scups and the Epic Toe Jabber. Do you have any ideas what combines what these two monsters have in common? Please share your thoughts on social, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and see what the rest of the community thinks. And every regular episode of My Singing Monsters Live that happens during the Season of Love, we'll take up the answers together of the pairings that have already come. It'll be like a classroom experience.
That's a lot of fun.
Yes, it'll be very exciting. So, that's what's going on in My Singing Monsters for the Season of Love 2020. Very exciting. Lots of exciting stuff. Lots of opportunities to complete your collections for those Air Island rares and epics. And we hope you've had an opportunity to get that exclamation mark giveaway into the chat, because we're about to draw our winner for our giveaway. And the winner of today's giveaway is going to win none other than the Schmoochel.
Oh, what a
the
perfect
seasonal
prize.
monster of Air Island. And you know what's beautiful about Schmoochel?
What's that?
Is that it's already a pair. So it's not participating in Birds of a Further. Its availability, of course, extends throughout the Season of Love. But where are its other friends, rare and epic versions of Schmoochel? Who knows? You'll have to stay tuned throughout the rest of Season of Love to see when these rarer and epicer versions of the Schmoochel will be appearing. So, we have our winner of our Schmoochel giveaway. Eric, would you like to announce the winner? I'll give you a drum roll.
Sure thing. I'm going to pronounce his name as best I can, despite the symbols at the beginning. The winner of the Schmoochel for this day's broadcast is Marmatina.
Congratulations, Marmatina. So, please send us your BBBID/friend code in the chat, and then we'll be able to deliver you your brand new Schmoochel totally free of charge.
What a twist that we did the giveaway right at the beginning of the episode instead of the end of the episode.
You're gonna love this next twist,
What?
Monster Handler Eric. We achieved an important and exciting milestone on YouTube this week.
What's that?
Do you know what that is? We surpassed 300,000 subscribers.
Wow!
Isn't that awesome? So, in recognition of that awesome event, we are going to be doing a bonus giveaway. That is going to be taken up, again, taken up like it's a classroom exercise. It's going to be drawn at the end of today's stream. So, if you didn't win the Schmoochel giveaway, your exclamation mark giveaway is still valid through to the end of today's stream, and it's a bit of a surprise what that's going to be. Maybe you can guess.
300K subscribers. That's a pretty big achievement.
That's a huge achievement, and we thank you so much for all of your interest and support in My Singing Monsters and all the fun stuff that we do here on our YouTube channel.
That's right.
It's a glorious thing. So, remember, if you haven't already, to get that exclamation point giveaway into the chat, and you'll be entered for the giveaway at the end of the episode. But now, as promised, we have lots of stuff that we want to talk to you about. Today's stream is all about you guys. It's all about answering a whole swath of your burning questions in a segment that we like to call Quick Questions. There he goes. Did a little
Good approximation
for it. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
You'll be the asker.
Yeah.
I'll be the answer.
Right
Quick questions.
I guarantee you it will be more informative that way.
Okay.
Okay. Starting off hot.
All right.
Starting off hot from Flair 553941557.
I thought that you did that on purpose, but it was just you did do it on purpose.
Eventually.
You're the pun master. Yes.
Does Schmoochel make good cookies and cakes? By the way, love the show. Well,
I'm going to respond to the last part of that first.
Sure.
Thank you so much. We love doing the show. We love getting this opportunity to connect with our awesome community. Does Schmoochel make good cookies and cakes? Well, for a seasonal monster that is around during the time of year when all sorts of delicious confections are consumed, where such decorations as the gargoyle and the chocolate fountain have risen back to prominence. Can you make an educated guess as to whether or not Schmoochel is good at making delicious cookies and cakes?
I feel like it would be.
I think you're absolutely correct, Monster Handler Eric. Yes, the Schmoochel is an excellent pastry chef specifically, and is known for transcribing the little candy hearts that are strewn around Season of Love Air Island with very personalized and genuine messaging.
Isn't it?
It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So that's that.
All
If the
right.
answer is yes.
A strong yes. A pigeon asks,
A pigeon?
how do monsters communicate? Do they sing to each other?
An excellent question, a pigeon. Having not studied the pigeon dialect myself, you may be interested to learn that the monstrous language sounds different depending on who is speaking it. Each individual species of singing monster has a unique way of communicating the monstrous language. But what's awesome about the monstrous language is that it's all inter-intelligible. So a noggin can tap its head, and a tweedle can reply vocally, and an oraculele can strum a response, and they're all mutually intelligible to each other. They all understand each other because it's connected to music. Music is the universal language. They all can translate each other's messages. So that's how the monsters communicate, is musically to each other. An interesting example of sort of the sing-song way that monsters communicate is by taking a look on our YouTube channel at a couple of videos that we released last year called Following the Trail series, where several monsters gave interviews to help us track down an elusive epic seasonal monster, which was later revealed to be the Epic Blabbit.
What an adventure.
What an adventure it was, but that's a great opportunity to see how the monsters communicate in that sort of sing-song musical way.
All right. Ben M asks, what's that eye at the bottom? And then for clarification, of the loading screen.
An eye at the bottom of the loading screen. Bah! 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 Don't know what you're talking about, Ben M. I'm sure it's maybe just a configuration of leaves of the beautifully rose-tinted yucca tree that makes itself known during the Season of Love. I'm sure there's nothing any more special going on than that. An eye, bah, bah, bah.
Vil K asks, does the Dipsters have bodies? This is a burning question for a lot of people. We've got to dig down to the truth.
Yes, Vil K, the Dipsters do have bodies, but you may be surprised to learn that they don't look unlike their faces. It's just sort of a tube. It's just sort of a tube that can travel around all of its subterranean layers as it burrows and creates a vast network of tunnels on the island that they're on. On some islands this is easier than others, but I have a feeling like we'll get to that in a later question.
Okay. Pam M asks, do Smoochels have a way of getting the chocolate in the fountain?
Pam, the Schmoochels do have a way of getting the chocolate in the fountain. This, of course, I assume is a reference to the chocolate fountain seasonal decoration. It's not a very clean way to get it. They just get their hands and they scoop right up and then they put them in their mouths. And there's a lot of cleanup required later, especially because Schmoochels, at least as far as the common and the rare are concerned, that's plumage, right? So it gets sticky and mucky on the feathers, and the consistency of Epic Schmoochel is a little different, perhaps the best suited to getting into the chocolate fountain and having a quick smackerel without making too much of a mess. But you got to commit. The chocolate in the chocolate fountain is second to none. An excellently tasting treat.
So does that mean, in theory, Epic Smoochel has the least difficulty because it doesn't have to have so much worry. It blends in.
You got it.
Yeah.
That's exactly correct.
Okay. Game Player 2015 asks, do the prismatics communicate the same as normal monsters?
Yes. The prismatics are altered at the molecular level in their appearance, but fortunately their sound is preserved, so they are able to return back to the main dimension of the monster world and be continually intelligible across other monsters. A prismatic toe jammer that has emerged from the Prism Gate on Space Island can be understood by an unaltered toe jammer. Now, interestingly though, the prismatics are notoriously tight-lipped about what happened on the other side, there, across the other side of the gate. It's sort of the first rule of Prism Gate is we don't talk about Prism Gate sort of stuff. And so there's an ongoing mystery about what exactly it's like on the other side there.
I'll tell you what, the globes, they won't say anything either.
They can't.
Tight-lipped?
They won't say a thing.
We tried, remember? We interviewed one.
Yes.
But to no avail. Starburst.
Yes, Mr. Golden?
Mr. Golden Globe?
Golden Globe.
Yeah,
Yeah, something like that. Long since gone from this universe.
Starburst Clown asks, how in the monster world did the dipsters dig into glass?
Yes, this is the question that I thought
Of course, referring to Fire Oasis.
Yes, the brand new... so, dipsters are very adaptable creatures that can thrive in a multitude of environments. They're also deceptively powerful. Little creatures for their size. They pack a lot of power for being so diminutive. And how did they burrow through the glass? Well, I'm no expert in glass blowing, and this may not be how it works in the human world, but Fire Oasis itself actually already has a network of cavities and empty chambers inside of that structure, so that it's more structurally integral. It's got more structural integrity. If it was just one big solid mass, it wouldn't be able to shift in the wind, like a high rise or a skyscraper in the human world. So I believe the dipsters are making use of pre-existing tunnel networks inside Fire Oasis. Now remember that Fire Oasis was constructed by a team of monsters seeking to give fire elementals home above the surface of the monster world, but the fire colossal, which had been sort of watching over Fire Haven, also has lent some of its protective energy and imbued that into the form of Fire Oasis. So they're well looked after. They've got Big Brother watching in the nicest possible way.
So, what sprung to my mind visually,
yes,
through this explanation is that if you could see into the island,
yes,
it would not be.
Which you sort of can. It's glass.
Yes, but if you could really see deep into
yes,
it, it would not be dissimilar to those large, like hamster playgrounds with
yes,
tubes, and you'd see the dipsters just sliding around.
Or a cross section of an ant farm where you can see all the little tunnels traveling around.
Ooh, it's exciting.
That's very exciting. So the dipsters are well looked after on Fire Oasis. Never you fear.
Sasha Just Dancer asks, if monsters hatch from eggs, which they do,
yes,
why do some monsters like Drumpler or Entbret have belly buttons?
Why do they have belly buttons?
That's a good question.
Sasha Just Dancer, the reason that they have belly buttons is that's just a feature of their creation. They'd look weird without them.
Well, there you
especially for bellies such as the Drumplers or Entbrats. Now, remember that the eggs of the monster world operate sort of like spores, in that every monster can sort of bloop, produce a spore containing their own sort of genetic material. So in terms of belly buttons formed from umbilical cords, as is seen in placental mammals here in the human world, the science of monster spores perhaps are closer. It's a very interesting science. It's like a fungus, but more like a mammal egg, like a platypus or an echidna, the monotremes, than it is sort of like a bird or a reptile egg. It's very unusual. It combines facets from all sorts of the life that we know here in the human world. It's very interesting.
Yes.
There's a whole branch of monster handler science devoted to the study of these monster eggs or spores.
Now keep in mind, none of that information is a reason why they have belly buttons. It's just because they do. But that's some interesting background.
But maybe there are belly buttons because there's something going on with the egg.
Oh,
in
so
this
maybe
one.
okay.
I don't
so
know.
maybe there is more.
Maybe there is.
Further research required.
Yes. Not a yolk sack, but I don't know. Maybe like a little rope that they can use as a grappling hook. I don't know. I'm spitballing at this point. All I know is that they got them.
Yeah.
They got those belly buttons.
Okay. MSM Haunter asks, are the chicks on the chickapeep nest baby chickapeeps?
Oh, MSM Haunter, I believe you are referring to the Gigacheep, but Chickapeep, I think, a regional variant name for this gigantic flying beast. Whether you call them Chickapeeps or Gigacheeps, yes, I believe that these tiny yellow fluffs, and we have some representation of those tiny yellow fluffs here on the My Singing Monsters live set today. I believe they are juvenile Gigacheeps, and what's amazing is the growth scale of this Titan is astronomical because they begin so small in those little blue eggs, sort of like robin's eggs here in the human world, and then they grow to such immense size, a size rivaling the size of natural islands.
That's
Huge!
Right.
Huge. And of course, constructing those twiggy nests sort of on top of their own heads. So another sort of interesting thing. I don't know of any bird species in the human world that builds a nest atop its own head. But there are areas of the Amazon we have not explored yet.
Plus, that's
we
the
may be
Monster World
surprised.
for you.
And that's typical Monster World,
You know
right?
that. All right, ready for a fun question?
I'm ready.
Because this one comes from Ultimate Fun Billy.
Ultimate Fun Billy.
Are certain trees such as Yum Yum trees, the Oculo tree, the Unity tree, and Puffle trees considered monsters too?
An excellent question, Ultimate Fun Billy. Like the monster eggs that I was just talking about, some of the plant life, if we can call it that in the monster world, borrows aspects from things that we might more closely classify as animals. So I don't know if they're fair to be classified necessarily as monsters. Certainly not singing monsters. Some make sounds but don't necessarily belong in the same category in terms of their intelligence. But it is true that some of the species mentioned, the oculo, the puffle, sort of combine aspects of the animal and plant kingdoms. Now, notably, the Unity tree is an interesting exception. That one has sort of a special magic to it. It's not necessarily something natural. It's a bit more magical. There's a special energy to it that, of course, allows it to broadcast the effects of monster likes across the surface of an entire island. So there's something a little bit special that sets the Unity tree apart from other trees that are known to us in the monster world.
Very helpful tree and a very helpful answer. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you.
This next one comes from Tell Zach. Are island skins clothing for the colossal, or are they new colossal monsters?
This is a very good question, Tell Zach, because in the game experience, it's a little different than how the lore works. In game, the Air Island skin is truly sort of like a new look for your Air Island.
You equip it.
Exactly. It's still your Air Island, but it has this new look. It has a couple of excellent boosts. It's got 15% greater coin production for monsters, doubled wishing torch production, faster incubation rates. So you get all these exciting boosts.
Quick point on that.
Yes.
If you own the skin but don't have it on, do you keep the boosts?
That's what's great. So if you own the Gigacheep Nest skin for Air Island, those boosts are still applied. You can deactivate it during the Season of Love if you want to enjoy the beautifully redecorated Season of Love makeover for Air Island, and those boosts are still applied. So you don't need the skin active. So that's what's happening in game. So it is sort of like, yes, a new look for your existing islands. But in the lore, the Gigacheep is actually a part of a classification of beings called Titans, which are these ginormous creatures that roam the monster world and are not actually colossals. Colossals are sort of the spirits of creation inside the monster world. These Titans are just ginormous beings that sort of traipse around and have their own territories and different habits. You know, you got Harvards, we got Sweaties, we got stone scribes, we got now we've got Giga Cheeps, and we've got a couple of unique titans that are only known as one of a kind, and that is Krovlaft, the Psychic Island Titan, and Facade, the Fairy Island Titan. Those two are one-offs, only one known of each of those, but the other titans, it is believed that there's more than one roaming around. Hopefully that's an informative answer for you.
Well, on the same topic, I'm going to do my best to pronounce this. Tropis Merson? Cheese. Oh, there's a cheese at the end. I was so focused on the first part of the name.
Tropic Emerson.
Tropic Emerson Cheese.
I have this problem all the time.
Yes. Tropic Emerson Cheese asks,
yes,
will there be more island skins? And then they give like a
emoji. Well, okay. We've got an island skin for Plant Island, Vegetable Medley. We've got an island skin for Cold Island, the Sweaty Settlement. We now have an island skin for Air Island, Giga Cheap Nest. We have an island skin for Earth Island, that's the Temple of Hahu. Maybe that's it. Bah! I don't know.
More skins?
More skins, bah! I don't know. 4 seems like a nice number, right?
I ain't never heard no more skins.
Yeah, I don't know all about that.
Nah.
Maybe, Tropic Emerson.
Maybe.
But 4 is a nice number, don't you think?
Nice even 4. Britnell Laurie asks, are Parlsona and Stuorb related somehow?
They are, in the sense that they are both Wordos. They belong to the same class of monster, that's legendary. And what is the legendary class of monsters? Well, it's monsters whose appearance and voice are inspired by a connection to the human world. We lost a balloon. We've lost several balloons. Oh. They've been coming down throughout the
it's like a countdown
throughout the live stream. Yes. You know what? It was Monster Handler Sydney who helped decorate it, and in her infinite wisdom, she sort of timed. It's sort of a timed release sort of thing. So it's very, very clever on her part. So the question was, what?
Oh, we're so off track now. I thought we'd answered it.
No.
Oh no.
Monster Handler Sydney's gonna pull it back up. I got so excited by the balloons.
We are recovering the question. How about I jump into? Oh, here we go. Nope.
Yes, Parlsona and Stuart. Thank you, Monster Handler Sydney. Yes, and a relevant question, perhaps as our final question, having to do with the legendary class.
Mm-hmm.
That is, of course, including all the members of the Sugar fam related to the Human World performer Christian Bush. And each of the Wordos that have been discovered are related to a Human World performer. So yes, Stuorb and Parlsona have a lot in common in that sense, but they are distinct species of monster. Stuorbs are different than Parlsonas, are different than Talkers, are different than Magpies, are different than all members of the Sugar fam.
Very good. Okay, I'm going to ask one last question. And while
that's the final question.
While we answer this final question,
yes,
maybe that will be our chance, and that'll be your last chance to get in your ! Giveaway.
Oh, yes, that's a great idea. A reminder for everybody, we're doing one more giveaway at the end of the stream.
And it's because it's for our
300K subscribers on YouTube.
Which is a pretty big achievement.
Yes.
I dare to say a gig achievement.
Oh. Great. I don't know. All
Either
right,
way,
ask me this last question.
It will be a very
ask
good
me this
prize.
last question while people get their last eligibility statements in.
Kimberly M.
I'm ready.
asks, how often do sales for rares and epics happen?
What a splendid question to close out on, because epic and rare promotions, there's no better time to tune into the game to try and complete your collections than during seasonal events, and the Season of Love is no different. As I mentioned, the Birds of a Further event is going to be running starting today all the way up until February 14th with a new pair of Air Island rare and epic monsters every single day.
Wow.
There's something special about each pairing that we've invited the community to speculate on, to send us their theories. We'll take those up during our My Singing Monsters live episodes on Fridays. But rare and epic periods of availability happen quite frequently. There are rare solo promotions that happen in the Star Shop. Epic monsters are always creeping back in some form or another, especially during seasonal events. So the next couple of weeks are going to be an excellent time for you to tune in and see a new pair of rare and epic monsters each and every day. Very exciting.
Very exciting.
Very exciting.
And with that, I believe we have our winner.
Oh, I'm very excited.
For the final giveaway today.
I'm very excited.
Celebrating 300K subscribers on YouTube. And thank you guys so much for supporting us and getting us here.
What's next milestone? Well, we're going to celebrate at 400?
I think 400.
400 sounds
so the sooner you get us there, the sooner you get another
good.
giveaway.
We'll do another giveaway. That's how it works.
That's the reward.
That's the reward.
And the reward for today, would you like to reveal what someone will be winning?
The winner of today's bonus giveaway is going to be winning an absolutely free, no strings attached, complimentary Giga Cheap Nest Island skin.
Wow.
Very, I liked your flourish.
I'm a fan.
Very exciting. So, yes, the Giga Cheap Nest skin.
I'll give you a drum roll if you want to announce the winner.
Yes, please. The winner of our bonus giveaway for the Season of Love live stream special is Pike Soto Gamer 195. Congratulations, Pike Soto Gamer 195. So, please send us your BBBID/friend code in the chat, and then we'll be able to deliver you your completely free Giga Cheap Nest skin.
What a prize.
What a glorious prize. You can admire the beautiful plumage, the nicely shaped beak, all of the fine twiggy nest filaments all around on the Giga Cheap skin. And of course, take advantage of those amazing boosts during the Season of Love. You're going to want them with all the special monsters that are going to be available to buy or breed. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in and joining us on this special Season of Love My Singing Monsters live stream. We'll be back on Friday with our episode at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, as per usual. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure there'll be even more exciting things. See, Sydney has the timed release.
We took too long.
Yeah, exactly. We're running a little behind. Okay, so we're gonna end the live stream. We'll see you again on Friday for episode 64, I think, of My Singing Monsters live. We'll see you then. We'll close out today's live stream by re-airing the glorious little animation celebrating Season of Love 2020. So we'll see you on Friday, and until then, happy monstering!